Aren't you glad you came?
After all, I never get on the stage to preach. I do my thing and I do it sincerely. And I want the audience to love me. And the only way to do that is to let them know that I care about them and love them.
Play that part again so you can all shout hey. All right? Okay. Hey! You want to do it again, don't you? All right, okay. The ladies doing it all by themselves. Let's hear them. Okay, fellas, now it's your turn. There are men in my audiences too. Very good. I hope I didn't leave anybody out.
Oh, I gotta tell you, so many people here have asked me whether this is my piano, and I'm rather proud to say it is. There are only two in the whole world like it. Thank you very much. And I got both of them. I always carry my own bench. Oh, I waited a long time for this particular one, as you can imagine. It's covered in white virgin mink. Yeah, And you know how rare that is.
Now, this boogie woogie I've been playing for you is the kind that is known as boogie woogie 8 to the bar. Here's a little invention of my own. Boogie woogie 16 to the bar.
I love clothes. These are some of my street clothes. And the reason I love so many clothes is because I guess when I was a kid I had to wear my brother George's hand-me-downs. Now that I can afford to buy my own, I have them in about 3 sizes because I love to eat and my weight constantly fluctuates. So most of my suits come in 3 sizes: thin, fat, and impossible. And I have them in a see-through wardrobe with sliding glass doors. I should say squeaky sliding glass doors. I have here in this home about 200 suits, 400 sports shirts and slacks, and about 100 pairs of shoes. And believe it or not, I wear them all. I don't blame you for laughing, you know. Sometimes I look at all this stuff and I can hardly believe it myself. Oh, well. My clothes may look funny, but they're making me the money. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, wait, I gotta tell you. Remember that bank I used to cry all the way to? I bought it. I love it, I kind of like this place. We'll see. Okay, this is for the newlyweds, who incidentally, ladies and gentlemen, are a most unusual couple. I understand it's the second time around for both of them. She's 65 and he's 71, and they've requested a very beautiful song. It's impossible. I'm about to have a costume fitting for an entrance cape that I'm going to wear at the Royal Command Performance in London. And Frank Acuna, who's been my costumer for nearly 20 years, is going to make it for me. How are you, Frank?
Fine.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Frank,
Yes.
I thought we would use this material on the outside,
Yeah,
and this for the lining, this black satin, and then
have reversible.
have it reversible. So that if I decide to wear this side out, I can.
All right.
And then I can wear this side when I make my entrance.
That would be
And then when I return for my final bow, I'll have it in reverse, and then I'll wear this side.
Wonderful.
It should look good.
That would look beautiful.
You said you were going to bring a muslin pattern.
I have a muslin
Have you?
pattern, yeah.
Could I try it on?
Yes, sir.
Most of my costumes are inspired by costumes that Frank Acuna made for famous stars of the past. It's going to be like an Inverness. It's going to have holes under here so I can put my arms.
Armholes, yeah.
Yeah. The cape that he's going to make me for the Royal Command Show was made for Frederick March. What year was that, Frank?
Gee, I don't remember exactly.
I think that has enough sparkle the way it is. But Frank, I think this could stand a few more jewels, don't you?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
figured,
a little dull.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, I
a
think it
little
could
bit of
sparkle
jewels
more.
Here, more right here.
Yeah, we like jewels, don't we?
That's right.
Yeah. Well, that's what they pay to see, right?
That's
so
right.
give them the jewels,
Here are
Frank.
the jewels, right?
Yeah, lots of jewels.
Only black jewels, huh?
Black
I
jewels,
figured
yeah.
to put those
Yeah, anything else would be
German
ostentatious.
cats. Which
Yeah.
is the most-
Thank you very much. How do you like my dogs? They're Afghans, and the dark-haired one is the girl, and the light-haired one is the boy, see? And, of course, they're sort of like people, you know. With the long hair, you really can't tell the difference. And let me tell you, they love people. They're very friendly. But let me tell you, they're marvelous watchdogs, too. When you dress like I do, you need all the protection you can get, I'll tell you. Come on, loves. Okay, back on your papers. There you go. Well, thank you for that lovely welcome. It's nice to be back. You know, ladies and gentlemen, next week I've been invited to go to London to give a Royal Command performance for Queen Elizabeth. Isn't that exciting? So I wanted to give you a little preview of what I plan to wear, you know. I had this coat designed especially for the Royal Command performance. Do you think she'll notice it? Huh, what do you think? The fellow who made it promised I'd be the only one there with one like it. Yeah, you think he's right, huh? Yeah, you know what it's made out of? It's jeweled leather and ermine. You like it? It's a little different. Yeah, well, good. Can I take the coat off now because it's hotter than hell? Okay? You like the rest of it? Yeah. It's a little thing I had hanging in the back of the closet. Now, actually, this is the first time I've ever had a costume that had a little bit of historical significance to it. All of this embroidery work is authentic. It's over 200 years old. And it's 23 karat gold. Yeah, I don't have it clean. I have it polished. You know, we're living in a fantastic world today, aren't we? With men on the moon and all that sort of thing. Sometimes I find it a little hard to believe, but I guess it's always been man's dream to seek a new world, and this has been going on for centuries. I'm reminded of a very famous composer who, well over 100 years ago, wrote a composition in which he too was seeking a new world. In fact, he called this composition the New World Symphony. His name was Anton Dvorak, and recently I came across some beautiful words that were sung by the very popular country folk singer Pete Seeger, and I have taken these words and adapted them to the symphony of Dvorak, and it's called The Strangest Dream. Last night, I had the strangest dream. I never dreamed before. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war. I dreamed I saw a mighty room. The room was full of men. And the paper they were signing said they'd never fight again. And when the paper was all signed and plans for peace were made, they all joined hands and bowed their heads, and silently they prayed. And the people in the streets below rejoiced and danced around. The swords and guns and uniforms were scattered on the ground. For now at last they understood that wars are never won. They all joined hands in brotherhood. A new world had begun. Last night, I had the strangest dream. I never dreamed before. I dreamed we all lived in a world of peace. And war was nevermore.
Thank you very much. I sincerely hope and pray, ladies and gentlemen, that that dream might come true for all of us. Thank you very much. I suppose that as long as I do remain a bachelor, people are going to ask me why I have never married. I don't think too many people know this, but I come from a family of divorce, and this has made an imprint on my mind. I probably would be very much like my brother George. George is happily married for the 5th time. I came awfully close to getting married 2 or 3 times, but some incident occurred, you know, which gave me a warning of what to expect, and it kind of turned me off. Well, how do you like this number? It's conservative, isn't it? Yeah. It's not the loudest one, but it's the most expensive. You know why? Because of the buttons. Yeah, they're real diamond buttons. Yeah, in fact, the buttons cost more than the suit. But I couldn't come out just in the buttons. Coax me. I'll make that centerfold yet. You know what the gimmick is with the buttons? On each button there's a letter, see, and altogether they spell out my name. That makes them deductible. Yeah. See, you want to see? Here's the L-I-B on this side, see it? Here's the E-R-A, and then the C-E is in the back there, see? Yeah. Are you looking at the buttons? You know, I was just going to say, I love this theater because you're all so close and I can hear all the things you whisper and everything. Now, all during the show, I've been hearing little things like, could I see your rings? You want to see them, do you? Sure, don't be afraid to ask to see anything. Sure. I'll be right over. Let me show. It's a candelabra. And that other thing is a watch. It's shaped like a piano. See it? Yeah, I got some more yet. This one here. This one doesn't represent anything. It's just made out of the leftovers. Yeah, see? You like it? Bracelet? Oh, listen, I'm glad you want to see it because let's face it, you bought it. Let me show. You want to see? Here you go. Yeah, the watch is underneath the diamonds. In case you have to tell the time, you press 2 diamonds, the lid opens up, see? Yeah. It keeps very good time. It's about 20 rubies to 11 diamonds. Yeah. Let me show the young man here. See what you get if you practice? You like it? Hi. Yeah, I love yours. Let me see it, honey. Oh, I love it. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. That's a big stone. I love it. It's nice to have a big one if you have a choice, isn't it? Yeah, that's gorgeous. My stones aren't large, but I didn't have to do anything to get mine. Oh, my.
Can you open your watch?
Sure, you want to see it open? There you go. There you go. That's pretty, honey. Good. That's a start, huh? Yeah, look at all the young girls here. I thought only the old ladies liked me. Oh, that's nice. Well, thank you very much. That was fun. Let me see. What's this here? Isn't that lovely? Oh, this, I love that, honey. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. That's good. I realized very, very early in my career that the demands of being a concert pianist were very exhausting. And I always liked to have had some kind of fun with my work. I didn't want it to be a force that made me do something I didn't really want to become. I was happy to play classical music. I loved it. But the people that I played the classical music for were just a handful of musical purist types. And these were really not the people that I wanted to please. I really longed to please the man on the street. And as one critic once said in a review of my San Francisco concert several years ago, he said, "Liberace is no Rubinstein, but neither is Rubinstein a Liberace."
In a itty-bitty pool swam three little fishies and the mama fishy too. Swim, said the mama fishy, swim if you can. And they swam right over the dam. Boop, boop, did-em, dat-em, wat-em, chew. A boop, boop, did-em, dat-em, wat-em, chew. A boop, boop, did-em, dat-em, wat-em, chew. They swam right over the dam. Oh, they don't write lyrics like that anymore. Thank God. Now I'd like to play the same song for you the way I did many years ago at one of my first concerts in the styles of some of the classical composers of the past. Here's the beautiful blue Three Little Fishies Waltz by Johann Strauss.
After the doctors had told me I was going to die, I had the last rites, and when that was all over, a little sister came in and said, "Everybody in this hospital is praying for you." And she handed me a little book called St. Anthony's Treasury. St. Anthony was the worker of miracles. So I asked my business manager that if I carried out my will as I had requested, how much money would I have left? And he told me that in cold, hard cash, after taking care of everybody, I had about $750,000 left. So I proceeded to spend $750,000.
And now, would you believe the second Hungarian Three Little Fishies Rhapsody by Franz Liszt? This is Jaja's favorite one.
But I spent that $750,000 not on myself because I was a lost cause, but on other people. I bought presents like you wouldn't believe. I bought my mother some beautiful jewelry, diamonds, rubies, emeralds. I even bought a house for somebody. I bought silver, motorcycles, automobiles. It took me about 2 weeks to spend my money until finally I was broke. Fortunately, as you know, I recovered. I left the hospital and I was home in time for Christmas. And then everyone was happy.
Never say goodbye, say ciao, till we meet again, say ciao. Though the time has come for us to part, you always will remain within my heart. So please don't shed a tear, say ciao. You'll be always near, somehow. Time will disappear, so hold me dear, and never say goodbye, say ciao. You know, ladies and gentlemen, when words are hard to find to say what's on my mind, I just speak one little word in Italian. To those I must leave behind, please don't shed a tear, say ciao, you'll be always near, somehow.
I have no message for the world except that I think sometimes people do not realize how truly fortunate they are just to have their health and to have the pleasure of their family and be blessed with good and loyal friends.
Thank you very much.
And for you, from me, thank you very much. Bless you.
Altogether.
Thank you very much.
Ciao!
Whew, it's hot. Boy, let me get this off. This is a heavy one. This is the electric one. And with all those wires and everything, it weighs about 35 pounds. Oh, glad to get that off. All my jackets are heavy because of all the embroidery and the jeweling. The coat that I wear in the beginning of the show is even heavier than that. It's made out of leather and jewels and fur. And this one here weighs about 45 pounds. That's a heavy one. But I only have it on for a few minutes, and my shoulders sort of act as a hanger for it. Oh, I gotta get a glass of water. I think I would have loved very much to have children. Oh, let me get out of this gear. I'll be...